waba kusumura kungeba icyo muze murakimenyaho muzamenya ari umwana ari umuzukuru uzarigapo muzamenya imishamashire yanike nimara gupfa none rero ako niko kazamura n'abahamagariye bana banje murakoze mumaje mwikomera amashi.
Authentic Voices Africa, we are the tribe they cannot see, but we see them. We've had an opportunity to dig into the Singing World's archive on YouTube to have our thoughts and our feelings and projections to 4 tracks, 4 sounds from 3 tribes across East Africa that we've selected to share something about. And if you hear this introduction, I'm digging from the archive itself on YouTube. When you hear this first introduction, you hear an elder passing on knowledge to the next generation. You hear an elder telling the community, don't wait for me to pass on, for you to bring your grandkids, my grandkids, to me to get this information, to tap into this knowledge, right? And then the community responds by clapping their hands. You know, this is what our traditions are about. Hear this. Now, the beauty of this sound from the Bira dancers, you hear the sound, those details, right? Those details where the sound is being played and you hear that call of the ancestors for us to unify as a community and celebrate our existence. And then you hear at the same time the dancers, when you see them, this is the beauty of our traditions, is the musician, the movement artist or the dancer, the vocalist, you feel me? And the instruments all rhyme at the same time. They all go hand in hand, passing on one information. So the elder first gave us an introduction, but now the elder is giving us that, you know, and then the audience is, the community celebrating with them, and the young kids actually seated with them. This is the iron and beauty of our tribe, right? So the Bira dancers would be our introduction to this EP that we are creating with you, with the Singing World's archive. And then the next one, listen to this. These are still the Bata tribe, but now we are taking you to that first one, the Bira, you had the elder, the man, right? And then in this one, the Kabahenda Batwa community, you're hearing women taking lead. The drummers are women, the dancers are women, only one man jumping with them, right? To us, this sound celebrates the roles that each individual plays in ensuring that a community comes together. The women are custodians to our traditions, because when we are growing up, it's our mothers that take care of us at home. They're the ones that affirm each and every knowledge that comes in us. It's DNA. passed into us. They give us that reality that we live with as we grow up. So seeing women, and then you hear the sound as well. The celebration, if you hear the tum, 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 it's the whole of earth. Earth has that sound that the Batwa tribe, carries along the way. The Batwa tribe are the longest, if I'm not mistaken, tribe in Uganda. The longest existing tribe in Uganda. The oldest, the oldest, if I'm not mistaken, if my research is true, right? So this brings us, this is our second song on the EP that we chose to share about, in the Singing Wells archive of the YouTube. Now this third one is interesting. This third one is interesting. So the third one. The among all traditional dancers, this is from Western Kenya, right? Reading from here. When listening to these sounds, and actually, you'll hear women as well being the ones taking lead, and then also women are drumming, and then the men are behind, in the cipher, right, holding those sticks, and then tapping into that, that reality, that urgency that allows us to question, how we live as a community, as a society, that is deeply rooted in who we are. So you'll hear the women, and then the sound, to us, it gives you that feeling of who you are and the truth behind, what you need to do with your identity, and how your traditional identity sharpens the way you live in this technological reality that we live in every day, right? So the reason as why we choose this as the third one is because the among Oluku traditional dancers bring you into that higher frequency that connects you to your inner self of who you are, the beauty of our tribes that allows us to be able to actually just deal within ourselves and look beyond the world that we see today. And then, the sound itself. Beauty, I will just leave you up to that. Feel connected. Feel you're reclaiming your identity and the power of who you are. And then lastly, now, for generations, we've always talked about how do we fuse the traditional in the urban, but still keep our authenticity, traditions and tribes, right? So the reason as why we chose this track, from the Obasei Baliang band, founded by a veteran from the Iteso tribe, Obasi Palianga. This rest in power, he passed on the 27th of May 2021. May his soul rest in peace. Now, here you hear two sounds. You hear the urban, the guitar, and then you hear the folk, our vocals. You hear that, what I'm saying? Like, Now, for us that fuse our traditional sounds with the urban element, this is what we call authenticity, even while pushing for the present and the futuristic. When you hear this, you hear the ladies bringing you that melody, those vocals that are really so pure and traditionally rooted, and then you hear the guitarist adding in the softness of the album, but at the same time we have that energy and impact of our traditional sounds. Now, to us as Authentic Voices Africa, this is what we talk about every day: past, present, and future. And this EP from the Singing World's Archive brings you that exactly that we are about, which is bringing together the past to the futuristic while transcending through the present. The movements, the sounds, the vocals, the chants, all together creating a community that is celebrated, that is moving in triumph, and most importantly, the resilience that we have in this technological reality that we live in today. Singing Wells, Authentic Voices Africa. We are the tribe they cannot see, but we see them. Bless.